collaboration. I mean, collaborate is a number of different things. We'll set up an empty canvas or an empty piece of paper, and we start working, and then we give it to the other one to do something too, right? And so this like slow progression becomes the final work. Is this interaction between these people involved, and typically it's two people. It doesn't have to be. I mean, I've collaborated on a number of times with a number of different people, but then I also see that collaboration is something that is much deeper than simply an artistic expression, right? Collaboration exists everywhere. I mean, look at bands. Alex, you said this earlier before we started taping, that theater, look at movies, look at collaboration is all around us, right? So I try to sort of limit my perspective of collaboration into the artistic realm, insofar that it's important to me that collaboration, right? It's something that it enlivens my creative process. And so within that, I wonder what your perspective of collaboration is.
For me, collaboration is usually around food or video, you know, so far. You know, potlucks are a great example of that, where people come over and, you know, I used to have a bi-weekly potluck. I was thinking about having a potluck next week, actually.
That's true.
Yeah, I guess you're invited. Anyways, but people come over, they share things, you know, everyone's making, and they're really, in essence, making it together, you know, and well, it's about sharing too, so. And now more video projects with you and perhaps with you.
And so, Julie, what's your perspective here?
That's my perspective on collaboration. For me, it is pretty much what the both of you are saying. It's when more than one person sort of shares a medium to express an idea. Sometimes I think that there should be like a theme. There should be something that's agreed upon before the collaboration begins. If you're going to make a cake, let's both agree that we want this cake to be tasty and moist. You know, and if you're making a performance art piece, it's like, okay, let's agree that the theme is midnight in the desert, 1962, January, whatever. And so for me, then collaboration becomes the dance between both of those things. Who's leading, who's following, when are you both leading, and yeah, it becomes symbiotic. But I do find that sometimes there is a power change and a power, never really a struggle, but a power fluctuation, I suppose.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that you're exactly right. I mean, there's always this fine balance and coexistence that occurs within a collaborative project, right? Where you have to give up the power and you have to accept the power at different times.
Exactly.
And it makes it for a really challenging sort of experience. And this is why, like I said earlier, it enlivens my creative process, because I'm typically not confronted with these kind of challenges when I'm working by myself. When I'm working with someone else, it's funny, it's great, it gets me all worked up, and because I'm like progressively want to be in the front round, like wow, look at me, but yet I have somebody else I'm working with that is in the same framework, right? And we're all people.
It sounds like a party too, you know, being a party, hosting a party or collaborating on a party is also, because you have themes, you know. Sometimes it might be a Halloween party, it might be a whatever, St. Patrick's party, anything. Those things have themes and people get together, and perhaps they're not instantly or immediately, you know, producing something, but there is production being, you know, subliminally and silently. There's a collaboration going on, and there's, you know, positivity. Perhaps somebody will hook up and they will produce a child.
Yes, well, the ultimate collaboration.
So we're gonna try a collaboration here. We'll try a word collaboration and see if we can go round the circle and put together something. And I'll start.
Okay.
And I'll say, I'll just say something. Sure. The moon hung like an orange in the sky at night.
And then the owls came home.
And the owls flew with soft wings across the plains.
Feather dusting feathers, tickling as though swooping, the night became spotless.
As the trains rolled and rolled
As I sat wrapped in a blanket deep in my cabin that night, the sounds of the trains echoing off the mountains.
It reminded me of my uncle's cabin when he lived by the tracks.
Collaborate. Find people you connect with and connect with them. And don't be pretentious about it, just connect on your level.